Hello there, welcome to a tyke farming in the Philippines. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ding-a-ling, ding-dong, the bell. It's Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock, with 4 men on site this morning. Soil being any time now. As usual, I'll make 2 or 3 videos throughout the day and we'll get back to you shortly. Now, earlier on with the barangay captain's father in with a couple of blokes, and they've taken all the firewood away. They give us a couple of bob for it, which are given to the work fellas so they can buy a bit of fish. But it's 2 truckloads of firewood gone, so it's cleaned up the site. Now Atten's back with the well. The problem I had with the well was I had to prime it quite often. Sometimes it worked and sometimes I had to prime it. So I couldn't leave it on automatic, because if it runs dry and continues running overnight, it will bugger the seal up on the pump. So I've been running it manual, which does the job, but if I can run it automatically I can forget about it then, like the other well down the bottom. So I was passing yesterday, day before yesterday, he called him, and I explained the problem to him. So he's come back and he's fitting a water sensor. So if the pump comes on automatically and there's no water flow, that water sensor will knock the pump off. So it can be automatic now with that water sensor on, and I can forget about it. That's the main thing. Yeah, we'll be back on the fence today with no cut-offs, so that's going to be slow. I've ordered one. Hopefully it'll be here this week. And we'll be continuing with the foundations and putting the wall up down in the chicken house. I have been in touch with somebody yesterday, or Jean has, regarding buying birds, but he doesn't have the stock, it turned out. So we've left it now. Jean's asked him when the next eggs will hatch out and when he will have the stock, and we'll see what he comes back with. And these are Rhode Island Reds. I can go down the bottom of the mountain and get the white Australorp chickens, white eggs. But I want to make a point of difference. Rhode Island Reds will give me brown eggs, and I know from experience, and it'd be the same here as in the West, people prefer brown eggs. They're more appealing. They're exactly the same inside, but it's a fact that people prefer brown eggs. Yeah, Ramel's working away chipping out to fit them 2 panels. So I'll do another video shortly. Right, we're back again. It's just turned 12 o'clock. We've got 4, if you can see them on camera. I'll go down a bit. We've got 4 extensions fitted on the top 4 panels, if you can see them. Maybe can't. So that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4 left to do on that side. Now I'm not sure what we're doing this afternoon. If they're making the panels up, because we haven't got the cut-offs, so they'll maybe get 2-3 panels made up with the angle grinder. But I think we might be concreting this afternoon, so I'll go and have a look. So that might be finished on the fence. The new cut-off saw won't be here till Friday, so it's a bit of a nuisance. It's slowing the job down. Down here we're still filling. Yeah, so we'll leave the video there, and I'll do another one late afternoon, early evening. Just saying, we're digging the steps out. And the other thing happening this morning I haven't mentioned, the wall man called in day before yesterday, and as he was passing, going up further up the mountain to a well he drilled there, and I was telling him that I was constantly having to prime the pump, and I didn't leave it on automatic fill, because if it switched on during the night and it needed priming and ran all night, it would bugger up the seal again. So I was using it manually. And then he was talking about a water sensor to be fitted on it. And I said, yeah, that's a good idea. But what we've finished up doing, is put a water sensor on, which is that there. So if it turns on and there's no water flowing, it will automatically shut it down. But we've also, this pipe here comes from that hot water tank on the roof, and it was fitted on the pump before when it had an ordinary foot valve in. Now it's got a different system at the bottom there, well, but we've reconnected that pipe so that it'll automatically keep the pump primed all the time. So yeah, it should be all good now. I should be able to put it on automatic and forget about it, which is what I want. And he's letting it pump. It's been pumping for a couple of hours to get rid of the dirty water at the bottom of the well, the sediment. Because of all the rain we've had, we've not really used that pump very much since it was completed. And he told me I need to switch it on for a couple of hours every week to keep it flushed out at the bottom. Even if I don't need the water, just flush it out and let it drain away. But it needs to be used every week, he's saying. So that's what we'll do, and we'll see you on the next clip later on. Back again. It's 5 o'clock, so we'll go and see what we've done today. The well is finished now. We've got a water sensor on, as I showed you in the previous video. When the pump kicks in, the power light comes on, and the pump light comes on. If it doesn't detect water, then them lights go off and a light comes on their failure, and automatically knocks the power off. And then to get it going again, you press the reset button, presumably after you prime it again. But I got him to fit this water pipe from the tank, so it will automatically prime itself. So I shouldn't have to touch that pump again. It should be fully automatic and reliable now. Like I say, I was doing it manually, and some days I'd forget to look at it, and if it didn't rain, we'd run out of water, which was an annoyance, but not a big deal. Minor annoyance. So tomorrow, Jean's already ordered it, I think. I've ordered some more cement, some more rebar 10mm, that's 12 for the fence. So the next job is we're going to concrete this area and find other jobs until the cut-off saw arrives. So they'll clean this area up tomorrow, put some gravel down, then some rebar and forms around the edge. I would imagine they'll come up to the same depth as the road, and this area will be done. The cat's under my feet again. So that's the next job. Then there's a couple of walls in here to finish off the pens. They'll do that after the concreting out there, unless the cut-off saw arrives, and then they'll go back on the fence. And Owen wants to get the fence finished. He's enjoying the fence. Now down here, Soy and Roger's been filling up a bit down there and levelling off, and Soy was digging out the steps, which is, as you can see here, was poured, and it's one of them days where we've gone forward quite quickly again. Wynne and Ramil fitted them 4 panels this morning. Then this afternoon after lunch, all 4 of them worked here. Wynne and Ramil did the concrete mixing, shoveled it into buckets for, I want to say Gordon, but it's not Gordon, I forget his name offhand. Roger. Roger dumped it into these steps for Soy to level out, and I was down here 15 minutes watching them do it, and it was very efficient. So much so that I'm thinking I'll maybe give Roger another week, so Wynne and Ramil can work on the concrete in there. Roger can go and help them when they're actually laying the concrete, while Soy carries on here. And then Wynne and Ramil can go back on the fence, and Roger can come back aiding and abetting Soy. So I'm thinking of giving him another week because it's working so well. Because there's still quite a bit to do in this hen house. It's all got to be screened off. Maybe with iron matting, which will look much better than chicken net, wire mesh net for chickens, and then that ironwork will be covered with mosquito net. This week sometime all being well, but it is the Philippines. 2 banks of cages will arrive, so jiggle them around to see the best way to put how best to lay them. So you've still got to fit the sewer pipe, and then the walls to build for the toilet and the shower room. So yeah, there's still a lot to be done here. I'm trying to source chickens now, so end of this week or beginning of next week we might have chickens arriving. What I'm going to do with the chickens, because the chicken house isn't ready for them. Not that I'd probably put them in there anyway, when it was ready. But we've got these nursery pens are built for the pigs. So this is where I put the chickens. I'm trying to get hold of 60 laying birds and 80 meat birds. I was onto one place that they didn't have the quantity I needed. They were Rhode Island Reds. Now I'm looking at a place with Orpingtons. No, not Orpingtons. Plymouth birds, what they call bad Plymouth Rock birds. So they'll go in here. Now the floor, this pig matting, I think the holes will be too big for the chicks' feet. And the thing with chicks is they'll commit suicide anywhere they can. So I think the feet will get stuck in that board. So what I'll do, there'll be week-old chicks. I'll cover them with cardboard cartons, cover the floor. I'll have heat lamps in, of course. Drinkers and feeders. And I can separate. I don't know if they'll come to me sexed or not. But I'll separate the hen birds and the cock birds. You know, have all the cock birds in one pen and have all the hen birds in another pen. And I want 50 hen birds for eggs. But that's a few weeks down the road before they'll be going in cages. But I can ring them. I can get plastic rings and have a ring on the leg to separate the ones I want to put in the cages. But first I'll But when we get the cages in and sorted out, I'll section off half this shed for the meat birds, all the birds initially, and we'll need to put some perches in, get them off the ground of a night time. We need lighting, lighting on a timer, so the lighting goes off at 10-11 o'clock at night. If there's a light on in this shed when it's getting dusk or getting dark, all the birds will come back into the shed. None of the birds will stay out there, they'll come to the light. And so the cage birds will be free range initially. So they'll build up the muscles and be scratching around in the dirt, and they'll be in a far better condition to go into cages than if they were kept in that nursery pen until they're old enough to go, and then go straight into the cages. They'll be much better, healthier birds if they get to free range before they go in the cages. and they'll be in them cages for 12 months to get maximum eggs out of them. But they won't be cold then. They'll go back into free ranging. I'll put nest boxes in here as well. We'll get very large eggs off them. By that time all the meat birds will be in the freezer. And this will be, if you like, another freezer. I'll have a stock of large birds in free ranging there, still laying eggs. And when we want meat birds, if that's all we've got left, I can take 10 at a time out and turn them into meat. That's part of the plan. I intend to build a couple more chicken sheds to produce eggs to feed this part of the operation. Incubate the eggs myself as opposed to buying them in. The Plymouth barred rock birds are costing me 100 pesos a chick. I can get the ordinary bog standard ocelots for about 40 pesos a chick. But I like the idea of having a heritage breed, heavy birds, because the majority of them birds, they'll be chopped up into small pieces and sold like that. The odd one will sell as a full bird, but there's more money in chopping them into pieces and selling them. Not like in the West where you buy legs, breast, wings, different prices. Here, the bird, or in Cebu anyway, the birds are chopped up into pieces and you buy. It's all the same. You don't get to pick breast meat, or chicken wings are popular here. But the breasts are cut into three. They're only small birds. They're cut into 3 pieces, and you can't really tell the difference between a bit of breast meat and a thigh, the way it's sold here. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll leave it there and we'll see you all again tomorrow.